So I want to introduce you to the Mahusai family, specifically during a period of time in 2010. So I spent time in Tampa, Florida. That's where I graduated with I have 2 degrees from the University of South Florida. And Fred and I built businesses in the Tampa area. And at the end of 2010, after 3 years of going through a whole process, we chose to pick up ourselves as entrepreneurs and move to McKinney, Texas, which is about a half-hour north of here. We had no friends, we had no family, we had no connections. We completely restarted as commission-based entrepreneurs in a market in order to rebuild or build a life here. Well, that's the photo that was taken the very next year. We have 2 sons. That's Anthony, closest to me, Samuel, there on the close to Fred. Fred is in the back taking video and photos for me. And so we crossed the Texas line December 16th of 2010. And I will tell you that in our minds, because we had already been doing this entrepreneurial thing, restarting was not a big deal. Who in here has, whether it's you're a BDM and you're in a market, have you had to move markets before? Restart in markets? Okay, I see some hands recognizing that. I thought, this is gonna be a piece of cake. And let me just tell you, about 6 weeks in, I was realizing it was not gonna be a piece of cake. And that is when Fred found me sitting on the floor in the closet, crying. Why? Because I knew I had to go out and actually put myself out there in order to restart. And it was mentally and emotionally draining. Can anybody relate? Welcome to sales. Whether you're new in a market or you exist in a market for a long period of time, we can all have those moments. But I was faced with an opportunity. Either I could be continuing as a procrastinator, or I could choose to go out, put myself out there, face the rejection that comes with it, and build businesses. And in the months and years that followed, that is where this passion that you're going to hear today on how we set our mental autopilot on the right course came to life. You are, but whether you think you can or you think you can't, you are right. And so I want us to look at some thoughts that would have us thinking, I can't. Now, here's what I know. It's easy to think we are alone in the challenge of our thinking. So what I'm gonna ask is that we get some participation this morning. So I'm gonna put each one up. If you have thought it at some point in your career, or it has been a reality in your career, or otherwise, I want you to stand. We'll do a lot of up, down, okay? So some of you can relate to, I can't find good prospects. If you've thought that, you've struggled with it, stand up. Come on now, thank you for being vulnerable. Look around, you're not alone. All right, have a seat. What if I have the prospect, but I can't get to the decision maker? Come on now. Who? I mean, absolutely, have a seat. It is a struggle to stay focused. I mean, whether it's the laundry or the refrigerator. Okay, thank you, have a seat. I don't have enough time in my day. Do you know how big my territory is? Thank you, have a seat. So we're gonna look at 3 facts about thinking. We are going to really dive into some basics of neuroplasticity, again, more high level, and then I'm gonna give you some practicality in 4 steps to transform your thinking. The whole idea of pick your path is that your thinking is leading you down a path. Is it leading you down a path of positivity or a path of negativity? And so your thoughts are taking you down a path. So we've got thoughts lead us to beliefs, to expectations. Then our expectations yield way into attitudes. Our attitudes will move us into action or lack of action. And that action or lack of action will then produce habits, and those habits are what yield results. So it's important that we understand if left unaddressed, what you think about in the conscious mind becomes a belief stored in the unconscious mind, whether it is true or not. Disciplined, great adjective. All right, go to the other side. How I want to feel. How do you want to feel about your role here? You could say, I want to be happy about it. I want to be strong in the execution of it. Excited, accomplished, joyful, peaceful, grateful. How do you want to feel? The more emotive, the better. How do we want to feel? Here's the thing. When you wake up in the morning, oftentimes we succumb to how we feel because we're listening to ourselves more than talking to ourselves. We listen to ourselves say things like, I'm tired. I didn't get enough sleep. Versus talking to ourselves of, I want to be accomplished. I want to be disciplined today. I want to feel as though I have done my level best in accomplishing the goals that I've set out for myself today. How do you want to feel? I would encourage you that you want to be sure that you are talking to yourself more than you are listening to yourself. So we need to recognize that stress is a path of least resistance. It's been said by the time you're 35, 90% of what you think, feel, and do is recycled from your past. Does that blow some of your minds? Because if you were thinking negatively yesterday, you are 90% likely to be thinking negatively today. If you were doubting and questioning yesterday, you're 90% likely to be doubting and questioning today. You are recycling that. And so the goal of today is, and really in launching into this, is to get you thinking and picking your path in a way that sets your mental autopilot on the right course. Are you ready? 1, 2, 3. Woo! I love it. My feelings will deceive me. My thinking will lead me. I think rightly. To remind myself that thinking matters. Because when you pick your path well, you can transform your thinking. And when you transform your thinking, ladies and gentlemen, you can transform your life.
Things. I mean, aside from Elizabeth's energy, which was super engaging, her session yesterday about just the power of your thought is so powerful. We all know that, but we need a reminder of that. And just the ability to dig into that a little bit and help you from that perspective was super enlightening.
One thing that stuck out was think about what you're thinking about, and I just dived into that as a salesperson. Just the energy and inspiration she gave over the last 2 days has been amazing. I can't wait to get out into the field and actually put it to use.
So Elizabeth's been very impactful for my team. I have a brand new team and a brand new market, and everything she's talking about is so timely. She's very engaged with the team. She knows their names, and she's come by to make personal connections with all of us, and is connected with most of the team in LinkedIn already. So I think she was really good at relating to a vast array of people and backgrounds. You know, we have some experience, some brand new guys on the team, and she's made specific efforts to kind of tackle things that the new guys were going through and some of the more tenured. So I feel like her strength is the engagement with each individual.
Well, she's amazing. She's articulate. She is engaging. She's definitely helped us engage with her and just kind of get our thoughts put together. I'm a mindset person too. But like I was telling her today, I woke up this morning realizing that sometimes I do wake up a little bit more of a, like, oh, I'm tired today. And this morning I actually got up and looked in the mirror and said, you are not tired, you are energized, and you are going to have a great day. So I think she's definitely helped.
Well, certainly at the top, no question. Just again, from the engagement level and the knowledge of her content, and then from the feedback from all of our sellers has been super positive.